discuss like most of the route mechanism where like, how to create the routes and how to create a child route and how do we create like, the route parameter to the route value. So there are like lot of things that I have explained over there and I asked them to share the video. And today, like once if it is done, I'll give an assignment and wind up this example. So initially I started like, creating many, around, I guess, 10 components plus, 10 components approximately I created over there. And each component is having its own. How do we work with? Okay. Working with like, the first component for my application, that is the index. What I have done here is, oh, not coming. I'm just seeing there. Light is blinking, right? Okay. Now is my voice is clear for all? Hello, breaking. Oof. Now it's clear. Hello. Perfect. So yesterday we started a simple application. Not audible, someone. Rishi. Rejoin. Okay. Yesterday we created an application where we have like, different components. In that component, index is the home page that what I'm assuming. And there I provided like, few links over here. If you can see, I used like, some bootstrap classes and then I provided a couple of navigation. And after that, I'm going to deliver like, the content with the help of router outlet. And here you see, these are the links. For these links, I implemented a routing and that routing you can find it in the app routing module. Initially, I created like all these things, how an admin is going to be and how the details are going to be. Okay, how it is working. It's okay. It's okay. I thought of it. Okay. Now you see, this is how it is. Like, I provided all the routing over here. And then you can see, this is the basic thing. Is it break? No? Okay. Because they definitely remember like in Srikansa session only, it was happened. Okay. Now you see, I provided like, all the details here and based on this particular routing detail, I have created like, a module and in that module, I configured all the routes over there. This is the very first thing that I have done. And then very importantly, I created a service and this service will connect with the API, that is the fake store API, and it will fetch all the data to me. And then that data I just want to display. So for that one, I prepared like, the 4 methods here. One is get product, other one get product by ID, next one get category. After that, get category based on the name that what I have created. And you see, one time if I created, am I using like this same service in many components or not? Yes or no? That is the main advantage to create a service it in the Angular environment. That is the reason where I asked you to implement like, the service oriented architecture, which provides the services to many of that application. It's very important for us. Fine. I have implemented a service, something like that, where I can add like, the lot of data and I'm able to see the data over. Now what I want to do, Now you can see in the home page, first of all, I'm going to get all the product and storing in the products variable and then displaying it to the user. And I'm just displaying what the name of the product, sorry, the image of the product, and then following with I'm creating another router link over here, which will be used to display the detail based on the ID. Now you can observe the routing mechanism that I have implemented. Here I have what details is available, and following with that ID, when I'm giving the details slash ID, then I'm going to load a component. What component it is? Amazon detail component. If you can go to that implementation, here what I am doing, I am going to read the value from the route parameter. To do that one, I used a service that is what we call it as a activated route is the service. And by using that activated route service, I'm going to get all the routes that are configured. In that, snapshot is nothing but the current route, currently selected route. And from that, I'm going to get the parameter list. You may be having like one parameter, or you may have multiple also, so that I'm going to get the collection of parameter from the URL, and then I'm calling a method that is the get method. Retrieves a single value for a parameter with what parameter name we configured at the time of creating. I'm going to use the same thing and get it. And based on that, I'm going to get the product based on that ID. I'm displaying it to the user. I have displayed something like this. Where in that I have displayed only the title, price, rating, something. But apart from that, if they wants to say something more information, again, I provided a route over here, right? That is where I implemented it as a child route. And in that route, you can see I'm using more slash product ID I passed. And that is also I configured here with the help of what? Children. Now from here, if you wanted to create more, again, you see, I'll just give a comma, and then you can give the children over there, and you can provide the paths also. That's up to you. The way how you guys wants to define the children, that's up to you. And any number of child routes you guys can create, that's up to you. But everything is going to be configured under app routing module only, nothing apart from that one. Now, apart from that, I have the wildcard routes. Now, this output is like, I'll be going with the command prompt, and then let me give ngs-o. I created it as a separate project. I'm not taking like, the workshop workspace module. So I'll be using it as an independent project just to take care of like, that one as well. Now you can see the time when I'm executing, I'm able to see like all the product detail. When user click on this detail, now it is showing me that when user click on more, I'm able to see that product, and then following with some data that we are having. Clear na? Yes or no? Now the same way, if user wants to do what? Let's say the jewelry, then I wanted to get the jewelry related product. When user wants to get like, that electronic, then I wanted to get that electronics or not. When user click on women and then fashion, so that what I can do, I'll go to my application, and here, let me close all, and then first to open what? First to open the routing file. First to go to the routing file. Suppose I'll start with the men's component, right click and go to that implementation. Now this time we wanted to get only the data, which is like, the men's data, right? How to get that particular one? Right, get the items based on the category. Now you can see, maybe I'll be using public, and the name is going to be what I supposed to use. What is the name? Like, let's say products only, maybe. Otherwise, public men's products that what I can give, and which is of type, I'll be using product detail, and we will be getting like, the more than one product. So that is the reason I have given something like this. This is the one that what I have given. And the next one, what I can do, I'll be writing here. The next one is going to be a constructor, and inside the constructor, let me have a variable private service. What is the service name we are having? Amazon product service. I created an object, and at the same time on in it, that what I can go, okay, on in it, ng on in it, right? Should I am completely off? ng on in it, O capital, sorry. ng on in it I can give, and I'm going to get the data. So how I can do this dot service dot, we have, you see, get category based on the name or not? Yes or no? And it is asking me to provide, like, you know, the name of the category, where I can pass the category as going to be men's category. Okay, men's fashion or something. Let me open it. Yesterday, almost like 1:30 to 2, I was in some incident. Still, like, you know, it is there in my brain. Okay, I'm getting, like, you know, this one, men's clothing is available, is the category. Let me provide, like, you know, that one. Just you can come back here, and then I'll be giving the men's clothing over there. The problem here is we cannot get it. Maybe I'll try by using this men's clothing only. No, based on the category, right? We will be getting. See how it is working, you know. I created an object for my service. This is the service that I have implemented. Now in the service, we have a method that is get product by category name over here. Okay. And this accepting what? The name of the category. The name of the category. So that what I can do, first I created an object for that one with the help of dependency injection, and later with the help of that particular object, what I am trying to do, I'm going to call the method, and this method you can see it is accepting that, this method you can see it is accepting the data in the form of string. So that is the reason in that particular string, I'm going to pass this one. As someone told me that, like, you know, the double quotation, I'm not sure like it works or not. Okay, it is, if it works, then you can have. Now I'll be using a method that is the subscribe method, where I can get the data, and that data I can bind it to the men's product is equal to, I'll be using the data that what we are having. That's it. So now the data is available where? Okay, very good. Nice then. Subbu. I haven't tried so far. That is where. Generally, like single quote, I mean, backtick syntax, definitely that works, but double quotation I never tried. That's very good. If you can work, that's okay. Now here you see, we have the data in the men's product. Now I just wanted to display that particular one. Okay, how I can do that one? So to do that one, we have written some logic on the home page, right? So the same logic, I'll be copy pasting it over there. Just let us copy that, and the same time I'll go to the men's component .html, and I'm going to paste it over there. In place of, like, you know, the total product, let me go to the men's product, that what I can give, and save this application, and then you can just come back here, that output. Now the initially women is available. Let me go to the home. Right now this is the home. The time when user click on the men, am I able to see the men's component or not? Again, if user click on here, I'm able to see this data. Again, if user click on here, I'm able to see the child data as well. Now the same logic, you can go for what? Women's fashion. Same logic for jewelry and same for electronics. And quickly let me copy paste the code that what I have written here. Just I'll copy this code. Okay, I'll be copying this code and I'll go to the, let's say, jewelry and then TS file. And here what I can do, here, these are what? Jewelry products that what I can do. And these products are available in that library. And I'll suppose to add the service. And in place of that, I'll copy this and then give it over there. And at the same time, whatever the code we have here, I'll copy it and the same code has to be given in the HTML of this particular one. In place of it, what I can use, what is that? Jewelry product that what I'm having, I'm going to give that jewelry product over here. Now save it and then you can just come back here. Right now I'm at the home. Now when I say about the men, I'm able to see the men's data. When user click on the jewelry, why we are having like this? What? Okay. Generally, I'm getting that. So that jewelry that what I can give, save it and then come back here. Now you see, I'm able to see that one. When user click on here and see, I'm able to see this. When user click on, let's say more, I'm able to get that particular one that we are having. Clear na? Now you people have to complete the jewelry and the next one is the electronics. Just it's I mean, jewelry is anyhow it's done. Women's and electronics has to be completed by your own. And the next one is here. I told you to explain you about like, the guard, route guard. What is mean by a route guard here is, suppose let's say category not change. Okay. What is mean by a route guard here, See, I'm at the home page so that I'm able to see that output in a proper way. I don't have any issues. And men's fashion, women's fashion, jewelry, electronics, admin that what I'm having. Now what I want to do, I'll be adding like, the few more links to the user. So for that reason, I'll be creating like, the components here and the components are going to be ng, g, c for the component. And I'm going to create the components in my folder, that is components folder. And the name of the component is going to be, let's say, about page that what I can give. Okay, hyphen skip, hyphen test that what I can say and click on OK. So that component is getting added. And the same way, I'll be adding another component here. Let me write something like a blocks component that I can add. And at the same time, I'll be adding another component. I just wanted to write a contact component I can add. So this is how it is going to be. I have added total how many components now? 3 components. Now I'll be providing the links even for that one. So for that reason, what I can do, I'll go to my home page. Now you can see, oh, sorry. Okay, it's okay. I'll go to my home page and in the HTML, what I just want to do is, not the home. What is the starting page? Index is the starting. So that I'll go to that index and then I'll be adding like, those links also over here. This is the first one, second one, and third one. And this is going to be, let's say, about that what I can give. And here I'll be writing an about. And at the same time, here what I can do, I'm using the contact and there also I'll be going with the contact. And after that, I'll be using the blocks and here also, let me go with the blocks that what I can do. And same way, I'll go to my routing module and here after the home component, let us give the path is going to be, what would be the path? About. If the path is about, then what I can do, I'm going to load the component that is about component. And at the same time, if my path is going to be, let's say, contact, then what I want to do, I am going to give the component that is going to be contact component, I can say. And the next one is going to be, if the path is going to be, let's say blocks, I just wanted to load the blocks component over there. That's it. So this is how it is going to be. And save this application. Now you can see when I'm executing it, right now this is how it is. When user click on home, I'm able to see about is there, contact is there, blogs is available, men's fashion, women's fashion, jewelry and electronic and admin. Initially, what I just want to do is I'm going to give an access for the user, okay, only to get the home page about contact and blog, and the remaining maybe let's say the men's fashion, women's fashion, jewelry, electronic, admin, I don't want to provide an access. Suppose if user has clicked on that particular one, I wanted to navigate to my login page. That's the requirement. Did you understand? So that's the requirement. So how to provide the security for that one? That is the reason where in Angular, when it comes to the routing concept, we have a concept that is what we call it as route guards are available. What is meant by a route guard? Guard is nothing but what? Provide the security. Security guard. Guard is nothing but guard, security. Now the same way, even in Angular also, okay, even in Angular also, I'll be giving, okay, you can change it, man. Already I explained that, right? Leave it. So even we can do the same thing over here by creating simple route guard. So how I can do that one? How I can do that? Now you can see, I mean, nothing what he's telling is, sir, we can write this one at the top. We can write this at the top so that what happened, when my page is loaded for the first time, it is redirecting me to there. That is what his intention. Okay, nothing apart from that. Okay, now what I just want to do is I'm going to provide some guard over here. What it will do is it will just take me to the login page when user click on it. When user click on it, it take me to there. So how I can do that one? To do that one, we use route guards concept is available. Route guards in Angular. Route guards concept is available. In that, we have a guard that is going to be can activate. Now, what is route guards here? Angular route guards are the interfaces provided by that Angular, which when we implemented, which when implemented allows us to control the accessibility of the route based on the conditions provided in the class. Now, what it is generally, we have the route that is going to be can activate is the route. Now you may take a simple example. I'll be taking this as an example. Okay, this as an example that what I am using. Now you can see what it is. ng generate what they have created. They created a service and the service is going to be auth guard. Generally they created a service with the name auth. Now the same example, maybe I can go, I'll copy this and go to the application and here we will be creating it. So let us clear the screen and then giving it over there. Just click on OK so that automatically it will work. Shrikant, why you have done like this means you know how to create a service. Why guards are not explained here means a guard is used to provide the security, but how to create the guard means creating the service only, nothing apart from that one. The way how to create the service, I hope you know that. That is the reason. Now you see, this is what they have created. I'm just copying this code and you can just go to that application here and there you have an SRC under the tab folder. Under the tab folder, this is how it is. I'm just creating the service with the name what? Auth service, and I have provided some logic. By default, it is going to be false. If it is authenticated, I'm going to return this particular one. That is what I'm trying to do. Now, how to create a guard? Now you can see auth guard they created, and it can be implemented from where? Can activate is the interface. And here, what they have done is they are going to get like, the current route which is going to be taken, and I'm going to verify that whether the user is going to be navigated or not. If the user is navigated, it is true, then I can do that. Otherwise, I don't want to do anything. That is how I have implemented. So now what I want to do, this is also you can see, it is a service or not. Yes or no? Now what I want to do the same thing here. Let me copy that. I wanted to create a guard over here. So how to create the guard? See this. I'll be providing it over there. Skip -test I can give so that a route guard is getting created over here. Now you can see it is asked me like, maybe this is the new feature. They won't allow us to write like, properly. Everything is scaffolded now. They are asking me like what kind of guard. I wanted to go with like can activate so that it gets generated. Now you can just go to the auth.guard.ts. Now this is how it is going to be. Now I'm going to remove everything and then I'll copy paste the code that I have here. Let me copy this code. Now I'll explain you this code. I mean, why can activate? Okay. Maybe it was deprecated. 1 second. Can activate. Interface the class that implements decline the navigation container. I'll be removing it. Can activate the type of not assignable to the property that is going. Function lacks return statement ending return type. Okay. If you clearly read, then you can, but we don't have the patience. That is the problem. Okay. Now you see, this is how it is going to be. Now what I am doing, I am going to use the service that I have created here. Now what this service is returning? It is going to return the true or false value generally. Now I'm creating an object for the service, and additionally we have the router object, and I'm going to take it. Now by using the can activate, I'm going to get like, the routes here, and can activate is going to be called that what I'm calling. I'm going to get like, the true or false value from the service. If it is going to be true, then okay. Otherwise, I'm going to returning it to my login page that what I can provide. Now we have the login. You can see I have created like, the login as well. Somewhere did I provided the login, but we created a component for that one. Just let me go to here. I'll be providing the path, and the path is going to be, suppose if it is going to be the login, then I wanted to load Amazon login component that what we are having. Now in that component, let us provide a simple login page, nothing apart from that one. Go to that implementation, and here I have the login. Just don't need to do anything, just like you can provide a div which contains the login functionality. Maybe I can say the username and input type equal to text that what I can give, and after that give a break tag. The whole process I will show you with the proper project level, because someone asked me about the interceptor as well. That is the reason I'll add all those features in that project, and I will show you. Just like, here that intention behind this is to understand how it is going to be navigated. Now I'm having the password, and here I'll be writing the password over here. And after that, I'll be taking input type equal to, let's have the button. Value is going to be login that what I am using. Now, what I am doing, you see, whenever if the logged in is going to be true, then it will go there. But suppose if the logged in is going to be false, okay, logged in is going to be false, I'll go with the login page. That is what I am trying to do. Shrikant, I wanted to make it as going to be more like, let's say, I want to write that logic to make it true or false also. That is also possible. How you can do that one? First of all, we need to get the value from here. How I can get the values? Tell me. How I can get the values? Guys, if you are not telling, like, it's waste of our time to learn these many days. NG model I can use. I'll be creating what? The username. And this NG model is available in which module? In which module it is available? Forms module. Again, you forgot, guys, everything. Forms module is available. Now here what you can do? We have the username that has to be defined it over here or not. You can go to the login component. Maybe I can say public username, which is of type string. Initially, you can give an empty value. And after that, I'll be creating public password as the name, which is of type string, initialize with some empty value over there. Now here what I can do, I'll be using the same thing. Let's say ng model is equal to, let us have the password that what I can give. Okay, let us have the password that what I can give. And after that, right, correct only, okay. ng model is equal to password. I created it, right? Spelling mistake, okay. It's okay. Now here, what I just want to do, I have a button here. Now when user click on this button, I'm going to check the login, right? I'm going to check the login. Now when the time check the login is going to be happen, first what I can do, I'll be calling like, this one. What is the method name? Check login is the method that what I'll be passing. And here I'll be writing the code that is if. Now here the logic is going to be, I'm not going to handle anything here. Rather what I can do, I can handle it in my service. If you wanted to handle that in the service, you can do that one. That's up to you. How I can do that one? Simply, whatever the data we are having here, you can call it. So for that, I'll be taking a constructor. I'm going to take private service. And then this is what service it is going to be. Auth service is available so that I can go to here and then provide it. Okay, provide it. And I'm creating an object or not. When user click on the login, now what I want to do, I'm going to write something like this dot service dot. Okay, service dot. I have what is authenticated is available. I'm going to get that particular value. I'm going to get the particular value by passing like, this username and then the password that what we are getting. And based on this particular data, you can get it here and you can write like, the true or false or not. Did you understand how to write? Are you going to complete or do I need to explain? Simple thing only, man. Just like, create a method here. First username and then it is asking me to go with the password so that you can get both the things over here. Now in the login component, I'm passing like, the username and the password so that I'm going to pass like, this one. To resolve this, I can use this keyword, this dot username and then this dot password. I'm calling that. Now once if user has called it, I'm able to get it. Now here you know like how to write the logic based on if condition. If username equal to admin something, if username equal to admin or something, then you can write an true or false here, right? Did you understand? Right? That you can try. It's a simple thing. Now in the guard, what I can do, just I'm going to send maybe some string value, first value and the second value, nothing apart from that one. Just I'm passing like, some string value. That part like you can try. This is not comfortable. Okay. Now you see, based on that, I'm returning true. Suppose if the login is going to be failed, what I'm trying to do, I'm redirecting to the login. That is what my requirement. Now the guard is ready. What is the name of the guard here? Auth guard is ready, right? Now wherever you wanted to implement, there you can give. For the home page, it is not required. But for the about page, it is not required. Contact is not required. Blogs is not required. Men's component, it is required, right? So that I am using can activate and then provide the guard, and this guard you can give it over there. That's it. Can activate. Okay, I'm missing the properties of any. Oh, sorry, once again. Okay. It would be, I guess, something like this. Can activate. Now the same thing, wherever you guys wants to provide the security, you can provide it over there. I need it for this one. I need it for this one. I need it for this one. And I need it for this one. I don't want to allow someone to see the details. So that what I can do, I'll be copying that and then give it over there. Can. Now here, I am going to use, okay, 2 commas here. I'll be using like a single comma so that I can give like this. Now this time you can see the time when I'm executing my application. Right now I'm at the home page. I'm able to see that about component data or not, contact component data or not, blogs component. But the time when user click on the men's fashion, it is redirect me to the login page or not. Yes or no? Women's fashion you can go, jewelry you can go, electronics you can go, until unless user is logged in. I don't want to allow someone to access it. Not even that, if you can go to the home component, I'm able to see the data like this. But when user click on the detail, again it is taking me to the login page. This is what we call it as guard. So what is the new thing you learned here? Just how to apply the guard. But apart from that, everything is going to be a service only, right? Yes or no? That's it. Just the thing is why I explained this means someone asked me, Shrikant, how we can implement this kind of logic. It's all because when the time is important, at what time we wanted to implement, that is important for us. Now the way how we have the can activate, we have around 2 to 3 guards are available. Can deactivate is the one. For that also you can create. That means in which situation, which one will be called, can activate will be working whenever you entering into the route. That means here in our example, right now I'm at the home page. The time when user click on about, okay, then in the routing mechanism, it is verifying that it is applied or not. Can activate is applied or not. It will just verify it. If it applied, then what happened? First, it will execute the service, and based on the condition value it return, then it will show you that output. Otherwise, it won't show that output. Same way, for about and contact, we haven't applied anything. Blocks also, we haven't applied anything. But the time when user click on men's fashion, first what it will do is, it will just go to what? Authentication guard. Okay, first it will go to that authentication guard. If we can go to that implementation, what we are having, I'm going to get that based on is authenticated method. And in that is authenticated, by default, what I am returning? False I am returning. The same value I am returning here. What I asked you, write the logic. If username is something and password is something, based on that you can provide nothing, no need to do anything. If you can say return true, now you can see. I am just hard coding this value return true. And this time you see home page is working, about is working, contact is working, blogs, men's fashion is also worked or not. Yes or no? If you can open the jewelry is also going to be worked, right? And if you can go to that admin portal, admin is also work. Why it is working? Because from the service, right now I'm hard coding this value. But what I asked you, nothing, man, I'll show that to you. If let's say username is equal to suppose the password, then what I can do, I just wanted to write something like, okay, I just wanted to write this dot is logged in is equal to true, that what I can do. And I'm going to return this dot is logged in, that what I can say. This dot is logged in, that what I can give. Nothing apart from that. Getting an instant. Oh, 2 instants. Okay. Now you can see, else what I can do, I just wanted to write something like this. Now save this application and then come back here, home page, about, contact, blog, men's fashion. Okay, women's fashion, that what we are having. Okay, why we are getting spaces? Both are same, right? Okay, username equal to, let's go with admin, and at the same time, I just wanted to go with password is equal to admin, then I can. Now you can see when I'm at the home, I don't have issue about contact block, but coming to the men, I just wanted to write an admin and password is also an admin, and I click on login, then automatically it has to, just like, the navigate URL has to be maintained. Where it is, god.ts. Okay, now we have to get, like, the current state, couple of instant related to some certificate issues. Okay, leave about it. Just like, you have to navigate to the current path. For you, a simple assignment is going to be how to get the current activated route. Just to Google it. Here I am navigating to where login if it is failed. But like, let's say if user has clicked on here, home, about, contact, blog. Now what is the current selected route? It is right now true only. The always it is, because we made it, we logged in, right? That is where it is giving me true. But what is your assignment is going to be how to get the current activated route. Did you understand the question? The answer is snapshot. How to get it, that you can try, and then you can provide the navigation to this particular one. You can provide the navigation over here. Sorry. Right. Just like, anyhow, this one is also done. What is your assignment for on this especially? Now you see, this is how, like, I'm going to navigate to a particular route. What is your assignment is, now if it is going to be true, we make it as going to be true, right? We make it as true. Now what I can do based on this true value, currently, like you see, suppose let's say I'm going to open this one in incognito mode. Let me close it. Otherwise not in incognito. If you can go to the men's fashion, it is going there. Now I'll provide, like, that admin, and here also it is going to be an admin. And the time when user click on login, internally what happened, I will show you. If you can go to the sources, Control P, and what it is, login component, right? Amazon login component.ts. And you see, I'll be having a constructor. Okay, I'm just show you like how the execution. I'm in this page only, right? When user has given the data, Now you can see the time when user click on here, login, this method would be called, and here we have the username and we have the password. Now press F11. Now press what? F11. When I press F11, it is going to that authentication service or not? Yes or no? Now in the authentication service, you can see username is admin and password is admin. Both the values are available here. And then I'll press F11 now. Now it is going there, and then is logged in is going to be true that what it written. Okay, is logged in is going to be true that what it is going to be written. Now you can see it is getting the value, and is logged in is going to be true that what we are having. Okay, fine. Just sorry, press F10. Is logged in is going to be true. But the thing is here, even though it is true, it is navigating to men's component directly. But this time you see, when user go to the women's jewelry, I'm able to see the data. Because is logged in is going to be true now. Because user has logged in for one time so that they can access anywhere, right? That is how it was. So that is the reason. Now for you, the thing is, whenever if user has opened, maybe men's component or jewelry or anything, suppose I open the jewelry. Now I'm in the jewelry page and it is asking me to provide the login. I'm providing the login, admin and admin. The time when user click on login here, I just wanted to redirect it to again back to the jewelry page only. I'm double clicking on it. That is where it is coming. But just I asked you to do what? Find the current activated route and navigate to there. Understood? Just you can do. So this is how the guards are going to be implemented. Any questions here in this one? Any questions for anyone? I have all the notes. I'll just forward it anyhow. You have the recording also, but I'll upload everything in the notes. Don't worry. Any questions? And like this, can activate. We have what? Another route is also there. Can deactivate is also there. What is the purpose of this one is whenever you leave the route, this will trigger. Whenever you leave the route, this will automatically trigger, and it is asking you, do you want to really leave it or not? Just for that purpose. When that is going to be helpful in the real time is, suppose let's say you have a registration page where it contain it in 1 or 2 pages. You are in the first page. Unfortunately, if you click on the next button, and there are couple of fields which you may not fill, then it will ask you a question. Do you want to save this as the draft? Have you seen that? Whenever you click on the next page, then immediately it will ask you, do you want to save these changes? So such kind of thing. Whenever you leave one route and entering into the another route, then can deactivate will work. If suppose we need to do hide only women clothing after login, how we are going to do? If you don't know that, go to the directives concept and learn that concept. I can't do anything. ng if is available, right? Same is logged in value. If I'm applying it over there, then automatically it works or not? Tell me, Aarti. Did you understand? Then see, the only thing is you people are dependent on me completely. The day one itself, I asked you the same thing. If you can go to, let's say, the home page here, sorry, not the home, index is there. In the index, is logged in is available. I want to display these links only if the is logged in is going to be true. For that, what I can do? ng if is equal to, if I'll be using is logged in true, then I'm able to see only if the login is true, right? Otherwise, it won't be displayed. Okay. Sir, what is the next step to execute after the completion of creating the custom module, service, and component? Next step in the sense, execution only. After creating everything, what you can do, you can deliver the project if everything works fine. Right. Bootstrapping. Yeah, bootstrapping, you see, we have like one module only. Any number of modules you people can create, that's up to you. It doesn't matter. As that Angular system will provide you to execute only one module initially. That is the startup. Startup is going to be only one. The way how we have the main method, man. How many main methods we have in our program? Project, only one. Anywhere you go, only one only. One main method. Same way, main.ts, what it will do? Now you see here, if you can observe that, I have what, if you can see here, I have the main.ts is available. From the main.ts, like what module you guys wants to execute, that you can decide. Okay, modules are not related to the component, guys, a single component. Don't think that like, app module is only related to the app component. If that is a case, how we are going to register all this? Tell me. Yes or no? Kumar, am I right? Then like, module is not related to that. From the main.ts, we are invoking the module. In that module, you may have one component or you may have n number of component. And from that component, which one you people wants to start at the beginning, that you can do it in the bootstrap. That is what that execution process that I have explained in very beginning of the session. Okay. Okay. Na? Right. Very good. Nice. I hope this is how an example like end to end by integrating the service and routing, child routing, route guard or activated route, that is what it is, route parameter and all. And another thing is going to be, another thing that what I'm explaining today is, I will show you the .NET application that I have built. Okay, just a simple application. Same way, I'm asking you also guys to build a Java application to connect with the database. Okay, we will be going with a simple application, simple .NET application, where you people also can easily understand. It's not a big deal. I'm closing everything. Now you can see, because like I don't want to create the .NET application in front of you. It's not required to you. This, I wanted to make this session should be somehow generic session. That is the reason. Angular. Where it is sessions, Angular, maybe Jan or February. Right. Employee API service. Created. It's a simple web API. What it is doing, it is connecting with the SQL Server Management Studio. I don't think so they will provide. Yesterday only they provided, means it's that is still we have today, right? They won't give you like, I don't think so, but yeah, let's check. I'll check with them and update you. Okay. Now you see the database, right? Okay. I open my SQL Server database. This is the database where I have a simple table, which is an employee. I don't want to make more complex over here. At last, every session is very important because we are very much close to the real time, these sessions. But in Amirpet, the biggest challenge is basic time everybody will be. The one like, what is required at that time, like nobody. I don't know why. Now you can see I have a table. I'll write a simple query here. Use company DB and then select a star from table name and employee. And you see, this is how the data is going to be 101, 102, and 103. I have the 3 records that are available on my DB. Now, from this particular DB, to connect with the database, by default, any front-end application will never interact with relational databases. We have 2 types of databases, relational, non-relational. Relational databases are going to be SQL, MySQL, Oracle. All these are the relational databases. 95% of our projects, real-time people, they are using relational databases only. Because relational databases are more security, and also from one table to another table, they maintain a proper relation. So because of that reason, normalization is going to be an easiest task, and we need not to maintain the huge information in a single table. We can segregate it into different table, and we can maintain it. On the top of it, we can apply that indexer, ranks. We have lot of features that you can implement with the help of a relational database. Why I am telling this question mean, Shrikant, we have a MongoDB. I can connect, by using Angular application directly to the MongoDB. Still, that is also not possible. In between, we definitely have an Express.js support is required. Express.js is required. By using that Express JavaScript, we will be connecting with what? MongoDB, and then we can get the data and perform the CRUD operation. But MongoDB, I'm giving the least priority. Only 5% of the people, they are using the MongoDB. 5% of that applications only, because it is a non-relational database. The data is also not in the form of, let's say, what I can say, table. It is available in the form of JSON formatted data. It's purely JSON formatted data, and it is also available in file format. Files, it will be stored like a notepad file. But here it is the database where you can achieve the lot of things. Major complex applications in real time are having the database, that too relational. That is the reason I have taken the relational database, that is the SQL Server. Maybe you people also will create a database. Java people, I'm telling you, you can create a database where it contains the 5 field. Maybe in your case 4, 2, 1. That's up to you. Create something, because if you know how to interact in one way, then always the same. Always same. There is no difference at all. What you guys can do is, I have something like this, and then to connect with this database, now you can see I have prepared something like this. The time when I'm executing this application, just execute that application. Now you see I'm having an error. Okay, leave about it. Now what is the controller? Public get employee. EMP is the controller. Okay. EMP is the controller. Action method is going to be get employees. Okay. Why it is not hitting? I don't think so. I'm not changing this one. I used different routing. Okay. Let's give API/EMP. When I'm giving API/EMP, I'm able to execute this method and see I'm able to get the data over here. Whatever the data we are having, I'm able to see the data here or not. Now what I'm using here, URL. By using this URL only, I'm able to get the data. Now the same way I did it even with the help of fake store API only, right? If we can go to here, when I click on this URL, am I able to get the data or not? That means what matters to me. Do it is a .NET application or Java application, what matters to me? It doesn't matter to me. I need only what? The URL. That URL, what we call it as endpoint. Srikanth, who will give that endpoint? Server side developer. Suppose you're working on an Angular, then Java people or .NET people, they prepare the URL and they are giving it to you. Okay, they will give it to you. That is how it is going to be. Now in the same way, suppose let's say I'll be writing maybe 101. Am I able to see only the details here or not? By default, it is showing me in XML format. It's all based on the, okay, it's all based on like, the browser compatibility. But generally like, this is JSON view. It has to display it in JSON. I don't know why it is not displaying, but generally like it gives the data in the form of JSON only, nothing apart from that one. Now I have implemented like that post method, put method, which is used for updating, and a delete method that I have written. And these methods are going to be stored on the database and then performing the operation. So from the browser, either you can send to get all the data, that is the get request, right? Now you can see I'm able to send a request to get a single record so that I can do that. Same thing even here also you can see every request is going to be get request so that I'm able to send that request. Fine. But now you can see for post, put and delete, do they provided any kind of links over here? Why they are not provided? When I say about the put, delete and patch or post, whatever it might be, we are modifying that existing value, right? Now here in our session, initially we have 500, but now it is 250 or 260, let it be. If I'm giving, if they provide like, the post access, at that time, whenever like you guys are practice, just assume that we have 200 members. If 200 members are inserted one record, then every day it will be 200 plus records, right? Now the same fake store API is used like, many faculties nowadays, many faculties, many members. I told you like this API, NASA API, these are like, I only shared to many people here, generally like for the faculties only. So if they are also using, they are also having, let's say 500, 600 members. If that is a case, per day, if at least 1000 members practice, 1000 members they inserted the data, then that will be a huge volume of the data, right? That is only the reason they won't provide you like, post, put, patch and delete methods enabled it over there. Just to explain you this, I created the .NET application. Because once if I explain, I cannot give you access to connect with my database to you. You can create your own database and you can do whatever you want. Now, how you can test it, whether it is working perfectly fine or not. For that one, we use what? Clients are available. Postman is one of the client that what we are using very frequently nowadays. What the Postman will do? Server side developer, they are giving you like, the URL to you. Okay, Srikanth, use this URL to store the data. Okay, fine. I'll be using it. But I need to test it, right? Whether it is inserted or updated or deleted. First, I'll test it from here and then only I'll go and integrate it in my Angular application. So to test the API endpoint, we have the clients are available. Postman is one of the client. Apart from the Postman, we have lot many tools are available. I have an experience with Postman, Swagger, Fiddler, Soap UI, WCF client. Like that we have, I used 5 in my career. Out of my 10 years of experience, I used 5. but almost all 90% of the scenario, I use the Postman only, which is an open source and it is very user friendly and we can easily interact with it. Now what I want to do, always do remember the application should be up and run. My application is running right now, right? Now what I want to do, I'll come to here. What is the, in which port number that application is running? You see, this is the port number where I can give that same port number over here. Okay. And now what type of request it is? Get request I am using, and the headers is going to be content type application JSON, and then click on send. Am I able to see the JSON data or not now? See there? Yes or no? If I give this JSON data to you, you know how to display it, right? Same way, suppose let's say if I'll be giving 101 and I click on send, am I able to get the 101 data or not? Now the third method is going to be, you can observe that we have the post request is available. From the post, I'm going to pass the whole employee data so that you can see I'll be selecting post here and I'm using the same URL. And then I'll provide the body, and here in the body, let me give 103 here, and that employee name is going to be, let's give Cherry, and then let me give that admin and some salary, and the department name is going to be administration. That what I can do. Now what type of method it is? Post, and you can just have a breakpoint here. Post method, and then pass the data, and then you can just click on send. Now you see, am I able to get all the data to here or not? See there. Yes or no? I'm able to see all the data, and that data I'm storing it on the DB. Okay, there is an exception. What is that exception? Go to the view detail. Framework. An error occur while inner exception, violating the primary key constraint. Seems 104 is there. No 104. Then why we have? Okay, it's 103 only I have given. What is this error? Anybody can tell. What is this error means? I maintain like employee number as primary key, but I'm sending 103 value again, that even. But this time you see, when I click on continue, now am I able to see the message here or not? Yes or no? Which ORM framework you used in .NET? Entity framework. We have only one entity framework. Otherwise, you can go with the Dapper if you have an experience with that. Dapper, D-A-P-P-E-R. There is a tool. Okay. But we are 90%, we go with what? EF only, entity framework. Okay. Right. This is the post. Same way, maybe you can go with the put. Now, if you wanted to use the put operation, now the same thing, it is asked me to pass that employee data. Maybe I'll be writing the name, just I'm changing the name, and then click on OK. Employee updated on the database. See there. And after that, I want to delete the data. Now you can see at the time of deleting, I just need to pass an ID, nothing apart from that one. Now you can see the data is added, updated, everything. And I want to delete like, the second record. So that what I can do, I'll be writing /102, and what type it is, delete. If you can just click on here, employee deleted, and then come back here, save, execute, there is no 102 record. So, Shrikant, why you have written like, the backend application? Because to the relational database only, we can communicating with the relational database only with the backend application. That means either you can write the Java, or you can write the .NET, or you can write the Python, or you can use the PHP. Then only the relational databases are able to interact. Only front end, that is the Angular, to that Angular, how we are giving the data in the form of what? URLs only. These many days we use the fake store API, right? Same way, this one also. One thing you should remember, this is like, the quite common thing for everyone, even Java, .NET, that is the common thing. right now, I mean, we are integrating this API with the Angular application. If both Angular application and .NET applications are run in a same server, then we don't have any issues. Suppose if both are running under different server, Angular application will communicating with the .NET application will communicating with the Angular. At that time, what happened, internally, it generates an issue. That is what we call it as CORS, CORS, cross origin resource sharing. That is the quite common issue, CORS issue. What is CORS issue CORS issue is just, what is CORS? CORS. CORS issue. What is CORS issue is, see there, understanding and resolving. This is quite common for every web technology, where you have an interaction between two web technologies. This is the quite common one. What exactly it is? CORS was introduced to provide an easy and quick access to subdomain and trusted third parties. CORS enables the controlled resources sharing between cross-domain origins as discussed earlier. Okay, now you can see. Understanding what is CORS. Cross-origin resource sharing is a mechanism or a protocol that allows the devices on one domain to access the resources from another domain. Now, in my case, .NET application is running under a port number. What port it is? 50067. Angular applications will run on which port number? Angular applications are run on which port number? 4200. .NET applications are run on IIS web server. Yes or no? IIS Express. And Angular applications are running under the Node.js server. That is where we install the Node.js, right? Both are different server, different port numbers that what we are using. Whenever these two are communicating with each other and sharing the data in between them, the place where you can get the data is ready to trust your request. Understand? Suppose if anybody can send the request to my application, if I'm accepting all the requests, then where is the security? Did you understand? Where is the security? Suppose, let's say, if somebody wants to access my account information, if bank is providing access for everyone, then where is the security? That is the reason by default browsers, what it will do is, if any untrusted resource or untrusted domain, if the request is coming, then that request is going to be blocked. It won't allow you to complete that request. That process, what we call it as CORS, cross origin resource sharing. That is quite common in all the web technologies. When two web technologies are connecting with each other, we have to tell, okay, that request is a safe request or trusted request, you can process. How to enable it? In .NET, we enable that with the help of enable CORS attribute class is available. Now what I'm trying to do, whatever the request, I'm getting it from the localhost 4200 is a trusted request. That means that is very trusted one. So you can add it. You can respond from that particular request. That is what I'm specifying here. And this card, we are going to enable it server side. I don't know anything about the Java web technology, how they are doing, but it's not a rocket science. You can get it in Google also. Okay, you can just it in Google and enable the cards also and create what? A simple web service. A simple web service, and then I'll share you this source code to you, and then following it, tomorrow I'll explain you how to connect with this one by writing the front-end application. Okay, front-end application. From the front-end, how to save the data to the back-end. The whole architecture, end to end, I'll explain you it in tomorrow's session. Okay, clear now? I'll upload these examples by today, and this one, this I will upload again. This is also I'll upload. The Java people, they can write. Now, what we are having here, entity framework I use. In your case, it is Hibernate, ORM tool. Hibernate you can use. and you have the web services, create a simple web service, and that is also a class only, right? Web service is class or not? Class only. Provide the method, get, post, put, and delete. Those 4 methods, that's up to you. And you can do like, your operations. That's up to you. Clear na? Any questions here? Anyone? I'll upload this one and the one we have completed in the routing related, routing and services. And then like I'll upload both together and also the notes. I'll give you the notes. Can we send put to delete request from the browser URL without postman? How you can do that, Raju? That is not possible, but there is a mechanism. That is what we call it as Swagger is available. Swagger. How it is going to be, otherwise integrate Swagger for web API. Swagger integration. I will show you. Open web API and create the controller, and after that swashbuckle is required. Just 2 minutes work only, because everything is available in Google. Manage nugget packages, swashbuckle. What it is? Swashbuckle. Manage it and search for the swashbuckle. .6.0. After that, what they are doing? App start and filter config, and then swagger config is going to be enabled, and V1 error handling and register. Okay. In swagger config, like enable the swagger and the UI and change the page to starting URL to swagger. Okay. Start URL. Okay. Perfect. Done. Okay. Swagger is integrated. Then what happened? Like what they have given is swagger.config is added. From here, what happened? We have the documentation. I don't have that much patience to read everything. I'll straight away go to here, go to the property, and there we have the build and then deploy. So where it is, web I can go. This is the project URL. Starting URL is going to be, I'll be giving this one, Swagger I can give, and save that application. And then you can run. I guess like this has to be configured at some place. Srikant, why you don't know means we have done like, this one only once overall the project level. That means hardly one time in 2 to 3 years. That is where like I didn't remember this one. Maybe let's see. Enable Swagger UI. Swagger.configure. Enable Swagger UI. Global configuration. Is all like, enable Swagger error handling. Cannot load that assembly Microsoft Web infrastructure or its one located in my infrastructure does not contain the assembly reference. Microsoft Web infrastructure. It's all Microsoft is not nowadays providing the support for framework. Those who are still in the framework, it's better like, please upgrade yourself. Framework. .NET Core is important nowadays for the .NET people, not the framework. No, Swagger is not related to the .NET. It is related to like all the web technologies. Anybody can use it. The question what someone asked me is, can we send like, put to delete request from the browser URL without using the postman? We do have an option, and like it doesn't matter that like, from where you're running. Swagger is like, common for everyone. One of it is located in the main first. Okay. Maybe like there is some compatibility issue, but like, you see, this is how the Swagger, it will show you like all the methods. I'll integrate maybe some issues. You see, this is how, once if user click on the post, then it will open like, that everything, and there you can give the value. Until unless you integrate the Swagger, then you can't do anything. This is important for us. Swagger is important. Once you integrate that, then only we can see it in the browser. Suppose you want to do the put operation, then you can see I'll be using the same URL, and in the URL you can go to the body, maybe 104, the name I'm giving cherry or something, and then click on OK. Now, okay, why it is not sending? Still my application is not execution. That is where always the services are going to be keep up and run. If it is not running, then it won't be. This package is deprecated. Web infrastructure, okay. I don't know why. Swagger not only for .NET developer. No. Swagger is for everyone. Everyone like, Swagger is common. You can download, Java people can download the packages from Maven. Maven is available, right? Don't you know? What is the repository you people are using to download the packages? Maven only, I guess. Guys, at least know about like what tools are there. Maven only. Maven repository. This is the repository where you can find all your packages. The SDK packages are there, right? What you people are using. Seems like you didn't added any external package so far, right? Understood. But add like, from the package. Suppose let's say Swagger, if I'll be using, see this Spring for Swagger UI. Understood. Yeah, Maven. I'm good, man. I'm a .NET developer, but I know about at least what tools you are using. Okay. So leave about it, but it doesn't matter like, the .NET or Java. Our intention is just like, integrating with the front end part. That part we will understand it in tomorrow. Okay. That's it for the day. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.